Okay, we are in the actual day 20 here. If you didn't see my last video, I accidentally put everything in as day 20. This is the real day 20, and it is getting late. Again, it's around midnight, but that's because I woke up an hour later, called my twin brother, so naturally stayed up a little bit longer. Still got the same amount of work done. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, and we're going to be having a reflection on my week 3, letting you guys know how my third week has gone in real estate. So start things off, same things as always. I'm always working on my hot sheets as far as studying the market goes, and I'm also beginning to continue to practice my script. So again, non-negotiables are always going to be a thing. I talked with Sean Hartwick, the 317 agent, huge on social media, the most followed realtor on social media in the state of Indiana. So I talked with him, and we have a formal meeting scheduled next Tuesday, so that's great. What else after that? So the big thing I did today really was marketing for my open house I have on Sunday. So I've been much more active on social media, and guess what? Finally, for the first time, I started my 8x8 database. So in the morning, I did do some sort of lead gen. It wasn't just marketing. I did some prospecting. So I reached out to my sphere of influence today, and it's the first touch that I have on my 8x week database system. So it's a system used in the book, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Most realtors should read that book since it has a lot of foundational principles of real estate. And so when I was reaching out to people in my database, it was really interesting because I've met a lot of different people in my life. Okay, I met people from IU and the Kelley School of Business. I met people at the PGA internship in the Louisville golf course, and I've also met people at my leasing job through Regency Multifamily, repping the Regency gear right here actually, and also Keller Williams and other of my friends at IU. So I've met a lot of different people in my life, and oddly enough, the answers that people have given me, most people responded, which is great. I'm glad that most people were able to respond. But everyone almost said the exact same thing word for word, literally word for word, where it's like, Nick, thank you for reaching out. If I have any questions, I'll definitely let you know. Almost everybody said that, and it's crazy, right? I had some people say, thank you for thinking about me, right? So one of my buddies that I got closer to in my business presentations class, I spoke with him. He's from New Jersey. And I sent him a text just letting him know I'm in real estate and I'm working in Indiana. So even if it doesn't go anywhere, it's good to have people know that I'm a realtor. So the 8x8 touch database, I'm glad I was able to get that done, because if I'm being honest with you, this is kind of a spoiler, but I'm a little disappointed in how this week has been going, and maybe I'm being way too harsh on myself, but I'm glad I was able to do that though. After that, I went over to the home that I'm hosting open on Belvedere and Centennial. I placed down some inner signs within the neighborhood, animated social media video, which looked great. So that was a really good feature for sure. So I've been pushing a lot more on my marketing, and on Monday, I have another video scheduled. And that is going to be buying versus renting. Should you buy or should you rent? I have a friend who, him and his friends in his group are looking to rent this home in Brown County, and I really want to see if they might be interested in buying. Only because if there's that many of them over there, it might get a little messy, but really, it's such a good time to buy right now. I want to try to educate them. And if they think renting's right for them, then that's great. But I like to own, so I think it might benefit them. So I did that. What did I do after that? Well, I planned out the rest of my week, and I had a really strong plan on what I'm doing. And I'm anticipating week 4 will be the biggest week, and the biggest week I'm going to take strides in my business, right? So just a reflection on this entire week. I have felt relatively disappointed. I don't think I got to the goals I wanted to reach. We're almost a month into this, and I don't know how really much farther I moved the needle as far as getting a transaction goes. I'm still unsure of if I should stick to a strategy or if I should keep moving. For example, just promoting in Westfield. Now I'm kind of looking and expanding my horizons, looking more into investment properties in Indianapolis, or that's why I'm going to a real estate investment seminar tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully I meet a lot of new investors that would like to work with a realtor. That would be phenomenal. And hopefully we can make something happen there, So I'm looking into that right now. And so I am making progress. Now, week 4 is going to be the biggest week. Why? Because I'm going to be hosting more open houses. I have calling FSBOs on my list. I am calling them on Monday. This isn't even knocking on wood, but I will do it, right? I have it time blocked for 2 hours. I know how to call them. I just got to get over the fear and just pick up the phone, right? I'm also going to be expanding on my 8x8 database, right? So we're doing more lead gen next week. On top of that, social media, keep pushing through that. I'm having a meeting with Sean Hartwick, just asking him, likely going to be Rookie of the Year, just seeing what he's done and asking him questions like what's your social media strategy? What did you use to become so successful? That stuff. He did say he liked my videos, which was great. The ones on Instagram, and that made me very flattered. On top of that, I have a coaching meeting with a YouTuber named Brandon Mulrennan. If you are in the real estate industry, you'd likely know Brandon. Very, very much of a sales real estate YouTuber. He coaches agents through the reverse selling methodology. Everything about him is sales, right? So he's not the realtor to be, coaching everybody, right? Because a lot of realtors are more relationships and not as salesy. He's very much like the sales guy. But I saw an ad that he posted on Instagram that was like, if you don't net $100,000 in 12 months, then your coaching's free. What? You're telling me free coaching if I don't make 100,000? Of course, sign me up. So I have an original or primary, just a preliminary meeting at 12:30 on Tuesday. So that will be, that'll be from 12 to 12:30. So it's going to be right before my tax event that I'll have on Tuesday, which is how to save taxes. Also, didn't even tell you guys this. I am going to shadow a listing presentation in Anderson on Monday with an agent named Xavier. He's a part of the Beating Group at Keller Williams. Great guy. I'm honestly creating my buyer consultation as we speak, and I'm using a lot of references on what he's offered. So huge opportunity for that. So like I said, this week, not a lot of lead gen. It's a lot more of setting up the marketing and, setting up open houses and that kind of just figuring out where I'm at. I reckon next week's going to be much more productive as far as lead gen goes, which is really what matters at the end of the day, generating leads. That's not just real estate, that's business in general. You're not going to be able to thrive if you don't have people coming and wanting your stuff. And a big part of that's prospecting and marketing. So next week's going to be much better, and I'm very much excited. But for this week, I'm a little disappointed. And, maybe I just have high standards, right? A lot of agents don't get their first transaction in 6 months. And clearly, I don't really think I'll have to wait that long, right? But at the same time, I don't really have a choice. I can't wait that long. I need to get something figured out now, right? So whether that be hosting showings for other agents, $50 an hour, or it might be other things, right? So I need to figure out how to make stable money. And I think a good first phase of that is looking at lower priced homes and first time home buyers. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm always honest, right? But I'll be extra honest with you. The first time I made an information video, the video on the 3 common mistakes first time home buyers make, a lot of people love that video, and all my friends, a lot of my friends watched it. They were like, yeah, I was watching it with my girlfriend, and her and I really liked it. And it's wow, people love watching the information videos I've been posting. The open houses and stuff have been getting some traction, but that makes me really think I'm going to post more educational videos because it proves that I'm an expert, right? On top of that, also Market Monday on Monday. So the plan tomorrow, honestly, it's sort of a clean slate. So Saturday, I'm doing that investment meeting. That's really all I have. And I'm setting up open house signs. So that's really all I have. I'm not really doing anything else other than that. I reckon I might ask around to see if I can go ahead and shadow an open house. Speaking of which, I'm wondering if Maddie has an open house on Saturday I might be able to take a look at. I'm looking through Instagram right now. Typically, I am not on my phone. I'm typically off my phone at 10. But let's go ahead and see if there's any open houses here that I can check out. And I'm going to pause this real quick. I didn't see anything on there. I'll likely find something, right? So I'm at a crossroads, right? So this is a good time for me to look at where I'm at right now and to think, have I moved the needle the last 3 weeks on finding business faster? Like, am I on the right track to find business and close a transaction? I don't think so. Because it's really, the way I'm looking at it right now is I'm looking at it in an outside sense. How many more people have I gotten to actually know me? People in the office, one gal at the YMCA who works there. I mean, my apartment complex manager. That's really it. I mean, like, other than talking with people at open houses, like if we're talking about relationships, it's like that's really as far as it goes. And I cannot be doing that. Now, I can't beat myself up, right? Because I'm new, I'm trying to figure everything out. But the more conversations I have with people about real estate, the more likely I'm going to close a transaction. So the goal here is I need to go out and start meeting more people and just talk to them about real estate. So I went to church on last Sunday. It was virtual. I want to go to church in person on Sunday. The real estate investment seminars are huge. I'm also going to another networking real estate event for investors, agents, mortgage brokers. That will be next week. So I have a lot of opportunity to connect and network with people, and maybe I'm just figuring it out right now, but I reckon I'm telling you week 4 will be a strong week. I don't even want to say this was a terrible week because really, I mean, there's a lot of good things that came up. My social media marketing has greatly improved. I've had more conversations with people about real estate than I have before. I'm also kind of getting a better idea on what I'm doing. I also know more about the city of Westfield, the subdivisions, the neighborhood, everything there, just more about real estate in general. So there are good things to take out of this day, don't get me wrong. But I'd like to see more. I'm not satisfied whatsoever. And I won't be satisfied. I will not be satisfied until I get to the goals that I want, right? I'm going to be having that meeting with Brandon. One of his employees will be meeting with me next Tuesday. So I'm going to have proper coaching, maybe. We'll see how it goes. I mean, like I said, I don't really know if the advertisement was actually being for real. Because if it was, then, I mean, of course, sign me up. That's like free coaching. Unless I make $100,000, right? Which would be just insane, right? That'd be like, if I made that much money. I mean, my goal is rookie of the year, but even if I made $100,000 in gross commission income, it's not bad. That's like $65,000. Anyways, that'll be it. I think we got most of what we wanted to get done today. I think there was more to say here, even though I've been on for a shorter time than my last video. But we'll stay tuned on Saturday. It's going to be a very short video. I mean, I'm just going to put that right now because it's just that real estate seminar, and that's really going to be it, and placing my signs. But I'll let you guys know how that goes, and then we got an open house on Sunday. So I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I'll see you guys on the next video. Good night.